this new live dedicated to the Morin, dedicated to the Mongol folk long song, Mongol folk Urtindo. So I'm really happy to see you here again. I hope that you had a great week and that it was very successful. Well, maybe I can just start with one song to wait a little bit, everyone, and then we will start our weekly practice, kind of. So maybe just the hey, Mister, how are you? So maybe just the classic tatlaq as an intro to get started. Okay, that was for the intro. Maybe I can lower down the video a little bit so you can see a little bit more. Hey there, Chase Naysay. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining, and thanks for joining, Meister. I'm so glad you're here. So well, maybe we can get started by I would say tune the instrument. Oh, actually, I need to put that off as well. Okay, now it should be okay. Yeah. So maybe we can tune the instrument first. So first, lower string. Also, if you have any question, mostly about the Morin and about the long song, of course, that's deeply welcome. I will be so happy to share what I know and share the knowledge that I have with you. Definitely enjoying that. And if you have a question about Mongolia in general, feel free to ask. If I know the answer, I will also share it very happily. So that being said, let's tune the instrument. So first, the lower string. I think it's like a mi or E, or maybe mi bemol or E bemol. I'm not sure. I think that's that. can tune the higher string. And that should give us I think the motherboard is very happy today. The sound is really cool. I will just see a little bit more on the back, so maybe you can see a little bit more. Okay. So let's start our long song Urtindo practice. Let's see. Actually, I kind of had the flu this week, so I was not that consistent with my own practice. So I might be a little bit rusty today. So please be kind. Let's do Irtensaskio nog. It's a song that it's quite a common song. I actually did not play it for a while, even though it's pretty common. Kind of focused on some few other songs. So that's also a way for me to refresh a little bit that melody. So for Irtensaskionar, usually for men singer or lower voice, we start with the empty lower string. And for higher voice, we start with kind of the C bemol position. We kind of start here. So maybe we can start playing the Irtensaskionar, maybe two melodies, so one stanza with the male version. And then we can play the alternate version, which is for higher voice, starting with that other position. So we will see two ways to play this song for two different kind of voice, lower and a little bit higher voice. So usually kind of male and female version. Okay. So Irtensaskionar from the empty string, so the Fa position. That's one melody, one more. last one. So it's like two stanza. So that was Ertin Saskionak. So the first, so basically we kind of played like two stanza. So on one stanza there is like two times the melody. Actually, the first two I kind of like missed a few things that kind of got confused inside. So that's why I decided to play again. So the last two are better. The first one I was like, hey, something is missing. So the first two were more like a warm up, and the second two are kind of okay. So now we can try to see. I mean, we can see this melody played and started from another position. So let's see if I remember, because I really did not play it that way in a while. So let's see. So basically it's gonna be the same notes as the high string empty, but we started on the lower string. And so that would be the C bemol, B flat position, so like that. Okay, just wanted to check if I actually remember it. So fine, it seems pretty okay. So now we can play it maybe twice. So one stanza starting from the C bemol position, B flat position. So this position would be helpful if that's a woman that is gonna sing this song. because if you start with the empty string, that's really gonna be low for a woman. So you can start from this position for a woman. So let's get started. Эртэн засгийн унаг, kind of like female version, starting from C bemol, B flat. That's one melody. So now the second part, the second time. So that was Эртэн засгийн унаг for female kind of version. So actually I did not practice that one that much recently, so I'm a little bit rusty, to be honest. Sorry about that. Ой, сайн уу дараа? Сонин сайхан. Бүх юм сайн уу? Ажил тавлаг уу? Энэ лайв дээр нэгцэнд маш их баярлалаа. Сайхан байна гэж би найдаж байна. Би хичээж байна. За, so maybe now I can play another urtindo, maybe also in two versions. I'm thinking maybe Olamgui Dala. Olamgui Dala actually is a very interesting song. It's a little bit like it's a little bit like I would say shashin, like a little bit, not kind of like religious, a little bit, very spiritual. It's kind of like about how the water is Olamgui Dala is kind of like the ocean that has no limit, that has no shackle, that is not constrained, something like that, the idea. And so basically the water of the ocean, so by ocean it's more like the water in general, the water is getting out, kind of is pouring out of the I would say the box or the hole where it is standing, if I could kind of say. And by pouring out, it's kind of giving life to everything. So by that, it kind of creates rivers. It gives life to animals. It gives life to human because we need water to survive, to live. It's giving water to the nature so the plant can grow and all that. So basically, the water is kind of like gold for life in the universe. That's kind of the first two line, if I explain. And then the second two lines is about like how um, every living things, not just human, not just animals, but every single living things, because in an animist belief, worship, everything has a soul, everything is alive. So in there, every living things needs to favor, I would say, need to worship this gift, to respect this gift, and to live in a happy harmony for eternity, and without destroying or without making mistake with this very beautiful gift that is water. And so that's kind of the first stanza that is talking about that. I'm kind of like directly translating from the lyrics, so it might be a little bit messy, but the overall idea is like that. And then there are a few more stanza which are very interesting. There is a comparison between various type of horse, horse that has various type of bone structure on the back. So some that are very fast, some that have a little bit like a bump on the back and all that. So on these horse, it's possible to kind of value them. It's possible to ride them. It's possible, but it's kind of difficult to put a saddle on it. And then on the other way, find someone that is really true and sincere. Finding someone that is very pristine in their feeling, honest, and kind of is very difficult. So there is like an opposite comparison between some kind of horse that we can catch or we can ride or eventually kind of put a saddle on it with a little bit of difficulties. But on the other way, finding someone that is really true, someone that is really honest, with pure intention is really hard to find and to befriend or to eventually marry or something like that. So that's the next three stanza. And then the last two stanza are very interesting. There is a comparison between like don't get fooled by someone that is something that looks like silver or something that looks like gold, because inside it might be empty, or it might be just wood covered with silver or covered with gold. And on the other hand, life is something that is real, something that is true. So on one side, don't get fooled by the silver looking or the gold looking, and on the other way, the life is something that is true, something that needs to be cherished. That's kind of like the idea, and also nothing is eternal. So we need to flavor every moment. We need to cherish every moment, and every moment needs to be respected and valued and enjoyed and something like that. So that's the song Olam Guidadle. So I just kind of like translated on the fly, explained it on the fly, the lyrics. I'm working now on a clean translation that will be on the website in a very soon, very near future. So it will be much more like poetic and all that, because now it was just like a quick translation of the lyrics so you can have an idea of what is the song about. So first we can maybe play this song in its most original version, most root version, I would say. And then we can see it in a more modern version. So there it's almost the same. There are a few little differences, but the overall idea is almost the same. So first, the autumn that. So it will start from a sol position. So here. So that's Autumn Guidadle in its more, I would say, original version, kind of like this version actually is from a woman that is called Bat Ertin. And she sings this song like it's really, really beautiful. Once I finish the translation of the lyrics, I will put her video on the website so everyone will be able to see her and to hear her voice, because it's absolutely I mean, wow. So I've been learning this melody from her videos. So I try to mimic the way she sings, but of course her voice is really like an angel, in my opinion. I mean, So soon, once I finish the translation, this video will be up on the website for you to see and to learn from and all that. But I still wanted to play this song today because I really enjoy it. So, and when I play, I actually hear a voice. So yeah, I really love this song. Hey Bjorn, thanks for joining us. Hey Matt, thanks for joining as well. Thanks for joining. I'm so glad. Yeah, so basically the time of the starting time of the stream of the live is kind of around. So now we started like a half an hour ago. So it's around that time. So yeah, it's gonna be more or less always in that moment. So I hope that it can fit in your schedules. So let me know in the comment below if the time of the live is suitable for you, also if the day is suitable. If needed, we can move it to another day or change the time a little bit. But I think that if we can stick to like 1 day and 1 hour, it's gonna be a little bit easier for people to know that there is a live, and to be able to join regularly. If it change every week and so on, then it's gonna be difficult to federate people, I think. So yeah, for me the Saturday around 7 p.m. So here it's like 7 p.m. in the evening in Mongolia, Saturday. So well, uh, mm, nice if you sang. Thanks for singing. I hope the tuning of the Morel is not too low. So I hope it's not too low, that it's comfortable to sing. So it was a little bit low, maybe. So now that we saw the Autumn it's actually kind of that woman Batirtin. She actually sing almost at this tone, almost at this note, actually. So she has a pretty low voice, I think, for a woman. But now we can see the most popular version. So actually, this version can also fit for men because it's pretty low. Now we can see the most common version, kind of a little bit like modernized, I would say, maybe modernized version. Basically, it's almost the same. There is just a few little details that are a little bit different, especially the ending. The beginning is almost the same, but the ending is a little bit different. And when it comes to the singing, actually the breathing is a little bit different. The way the words are cut is also a little bit different from the two versions. So on the Morin Khuur, the difference might not be that obvious, but when it comes to the singing, it's a little bit more clear because the breathing, the articulation is a little bit different. So now we can play Autumn Guitarle a little bit higher. So this time that's a little bit more modern version, or kind of, if I could say. And it's also gonna be more suitable for women singing because it's higher. So now how to say, it's gonna start with Do, like the Do position. So here. Okay. So Autumn Guitarle from a Do. C. And the last time. So that was Otomgut Atle, this time in a more common version, not as root as the first one. So yeah, this song is very interesting as well. So I'm glad if you liked it, Matt. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining the live. So if anyone has, I don't know, a question about the technique or anything, or if you are following the course on the website, you can also use the live to ask question, to clarify something. That's deeply welcome. So how's the sound? Is it sounding okay? Actually, I put some echo reverb protection on the ceiling on the back to kind of try to minimize the reverb, the echo of the room. So I hope that it helps and that it's better than the previous live. So I need to get comfortable in this place, in this new place, and then I will get back to make maybe recording of those songs. Maybe sing as well some urtindo, because I'm getting a little bit in the singing now. I'm working on my voice. I've been actually singing a lot today, so you might hear that my voice is a little bit tired today. I had my class, kind of my lesson in the morning at 10, so I had like an hour or so of vocalization and exercise to practice to, I would say, make my voice a little bit smoother, because I actually used to sing homey a little bit few years back, and it's actually leave my voice with some I would say grain or something. Also the breathing and the use of the throat. I'm kind of going in the friction version, but for the urtindo it needs to be very loose. So I'm working on my breathing. I'm working on using the right position to make the sound resonate in the skull and all that. So I'm working on that. So I had this kind of exercise in the morning for an hour. Then I gave a class around 1 or something, and I kind of try to teach or to share about the urtindo. When I kind of share the urtindo, I sing for my students so they can make the reference with the words and everything. So I sang for, I think, like an hour or two, I don't know. So my voice is maybe a little bit tired now. So yeah, that was interesting. Singing and playing at the same time, singing the urtindo and playing the urtindo at the same time. It's quite interesting. But I still need to practice a little bit because sometimes my meru goes off a little bit, or my voice is going off a little bit. So it takes a little bit of practice. But that's also very interesting, very nice feeling to sing and have the Morel together as a long song version, not the Maktal or not the Tur. Um, it's very unique as well, I think. So I really love that. Soon it's gonna be really nice, and I might start to sing in every live very soon. So I hope that my voice will be how to say pleasant for you guys, and and yeah, I'm really working on that so I can eventually start to sing those long songs in full length. So not just one stanza, not just two, but it's gonna be like five or six or seven stanza. So really need to be loose. Really needs to be, yeah, loose and relaxed in the voice and the breathing and everything, so we can sing for half an hour, for example, like 20 minutes, half an hour, without getting tired. So it needs a little bit of practice. So I have a little bit of how to say psychological issue, because I'm a little bit a shy person and I'm a little bit scared of my voice. I'm a little bit scared to sing in front of people. So when it's in the lower, I would say, range, as it does not require too much strength. The volume is not that loud. I'm kind of fine, but when it start to get high in the note, we need to, of course, like push a little bit more. So the volume start to get up, and then I'm like, oh my god, people gonna hear, yeah, and then I'm freaking out, and it's like the voice is getting constricted a little bit. So I'm working on trying to be a little bit more confident and trying to work on losing the voice. I mean, like making it very loose, very relaxed, even in high tune. So the temper kind of the voice is staying the same if it's low and mid range or higher range. So like that, and also I'm learning to sing so I can teach better on the Morel, so I can really know the full meaning of the song. I can really know where the bow and the ornament are going, and it's not just repeating someone that is playing on the Morel, but it's really like deeply understanding the melody and how it works and all that. So then when I share it and I teach it, it's really like a huge and deep package, and it's like with more understanding, more deep, and all that. So yeah, and then the person that will learn will also be able to sing and to learn the lyrics and know where the words are going, and it's not just like following notes, but it's actually telling a story. So it's a little bit more interesting, I think. So a authentic, yeah, I mean, it's super important. First, when I started to get in the urtindo, in the long song, of course my language in Mongol was not that perfect. It's still not perfect, but now I kind of start to understand sometimes a little bit directly what is going on in the lyrics. So it helps a lot. I still need a dictionary, of course, but it's getting a little bit more comfortable. But first, I was just mimicking a melody, and then I started to make the link with the words. And when I started to do that, I really felt a huge difference in my playing. The bow, the breathing was very different, but I was not singing in my head yet. I was starting to make the link with the voice, but it was not in me yet. I was still like kind of mimicking. And now I can see the way I play song that I can sing, and the way I play song that I cannot sing yet. I really see a huge difference. When I can sing the song, the playing is much smoother. I'm not really thinking that much anymore. it's kind of like singing in the head, and the fingers and the bow is just naturally following what is going on inside. But when I am um, kind of like playing, like mimicking a melody, because I learned that it's like, for example, do fa si fa, like this kind of melody, then I think a lot, like, oh, how long should it be, or should I put ornament there? And it's a little bit more like cerebral, less feeling, I would say. So I think it's super important for this kind of music to to actually sing, understand the lyric, and close eyes and see like you have this little movie going on, and yeah, then it's just flowing somehow. So that's of course I'm not perfect, and I still learn. I need to improve my I would say my tune, and the note, and how the melody is sounding and everything. But in terms of feeling, that's very different. So I really hope that this thing that I feel, on one side you can feel it from me when you hear me playing, and on the other side, if you are playing yourself, I really hope that you can also feel that, uh, like something else is playing. You have this, I don't know, energy flowing, and it's kind of coming, because it's super awesome feeling. And I really feel that the urtindo, the long song, and the merhur are very, very specific on this aspect. That's not something that I feel as strong with tatlaq, or with the Maktal and this kind of thing. The Urtindo, there is really something unique, especially when it's with the Mergur. So yeah, I went a little bit off topic, but I thought that was interesting to share that. Also because now I'm kind of trying to share my practice with you, so you can eventually maybe learn from it, or get advice, or try to maybe give me advice actually, because I talk, but maybe you have advice for me and tell me, this sounds weird or something. So kind of try to help each other, improving with the singing and the music. So yeah, I'm having the same. Bjorn is saying I'm having the exact same issue now. I've practiced a bit of singing for my bluegrass jam, and I just can't do it in front of anyone. Obviously not the same as Urtindo, but the shiniest part. Yeah, I mean, this is like, I mean, like, it's if we get shy, if we are afraid, everything, all the body is getting stiff, and the voice is like constricting, the breathing is too short, and then we need to push more, so it sounds worse, and then we get shy more, we get even more shy. It's like the virtuous circle in opposite. So I'm really trying to work on that, and when I sing, I'm just like, whatever. Okay, if it sounds bad, then whatever. I'm kind of trying to be like that. So, but yeah, it really, it's really a lot of psychological thing, actually, the singing. It's even more psychological than technical in a way, because if the fear, the shyness, the self non-confidence and all that is coming there, the voice is directly influenced, and everything is getting stiff, and nothing is getting out. So it's a lot of actually psychological work, actually, more than gam, like la 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 la. It's This is not that hard, but the being able to be confident in every situation, and sing, that's something else. So yeah. Fear doesn't help with playing, but it gets better with time. Yeah, like yeah, I guess it helps. Over time, it starts to get better, but I'm still like, now I've been playing metal for 10 years, and I actually played like last week for a show. I thought it was a celebration, but it was a show for the TV, and there was all those camera people looking, and I was like, oh my god. So I was really sweating inside. So yeah, it's still even after 10 years, but I did not play in front of camera for a while. So maybe that's why I kind of lost the confidence with the camera. Yeah, if you like what you sound like on recording, I think I never heard, I never listened to myself. I'm not, I'm too afraid. I'm like, oh my God, that's what people hear. Oh my God. So I think like it's best if I'm not listening to myself. Like those live, I'm not listening to them. I'm too scared to be like, oh my God, I think that's awful. So and maybe also I'm not very objective. If I record myself, then I might be too hard on myself. Like, hey, it's not sounding like this super great master from the last century. So yeah, might not be a good idea for now. Actually, I've tried to record one Urtindo on the motherboard. I actually took 27 take, and after 27 take, I still felt like it's not good yet. So I actually deleted everything, and I keep practicing that a little bit more. So yeah, I might be a little bit too perfectionist or something, but well, as you said, Nico, it's gonna come in time, I guess. Just need to practice more, practice well, and yeah, I'm starting to sing a little bit with my students. Um, so I teach for them so they can learn the melody, and it seems that they are not their nose is not bleeding, so I think that might be okay. So yeah, actually, for the voice teacher, I have my one of my teacher is a Urtindo researcher. He sings Urtindo very well. So during the class, he gives me advice for the voice to help me go in the right direction. So in the lesson, we actually half the time it's kind of like gum exercise and stuff like that, but very close linked to the long song and the urtindo. And after that, so it's about for half an hour, 40 minutes like of singing to also improve my range. um, and yeah, kind of try to get comfortable with the higher range, and work on the breathing. So the breathing is always coming from the right position, so the throat is resonating from the right position, and so on. Maybe I will get into detail about the singing a little bit later when I get better. Now I have kind of a bit of understanding, but as I'm not perfect yet, my teacher is not saying, okay, it's good yet. It's He's saying it's on the way right now. So I'm not there yet. So maybe when I will be there, I will be able to give advice and show a little bit more about that. Or even if the live is successful, then I will be able to bring my teacher on the live to give advice. That would be awesome. So, and eventually other singers that I really wish the live get more views, so I can invite other singer to sing and spread the voice and all that. That would be so great. So I'm really praying about that. But for now, it's just me. Sorry. But well, so yeah, my teacher is giving me advice for that. And then he also, as he's a long song researcher, he gives me a lot of information about the songs, so I can know better the soul of the song, not just the lyrics, but also a little bit of the background and all that. And but to learn the song is not really teaching me the song per se. I'm just listening the song over and over and over and over and over and over again, until it starts to resonate in my head, and then I start to try to sing it. So yeah, basically that's also something that we're not really learning the urtindo piece by piece. Kind of needs to be the whole melody all together. Um, because then it becomes confusing, in my opinion, if we start to cut each part, for example, the first word or the first breathing, then the second one, then the third one, then it's a little bit confusing, in my opinion. So it's best to we start and we go until it finished. And eventually, sometimes if there is a big mistake, we can stop and correct that very quickly and go again. But yeah, from one go, that's a little bit better. It helps memorize better, and if there is the words, that's even more. That's even easier. But yeah, some songs are easy to memorize and learn. Some are a little bit more tricky. So, for example, the first song, Irten Zaskionov, it's a little bit tricky, it seems, for people to learn because it gravitates a lot around the same note. So it feels a little bit like it's the same note for the whole song, and sometimes it goes a little bit up and a little bit down, but it's almost on the same note for half the song. So it can be a little bit confusing, like where it's going and all that. So in this kind of song, the lyrics are very important. Some other songs, there is a lot of variation in the melody, so it's a little bit easier to follow. I guess it's a little bit less dependent on the words. So yeah, it depends. So yeah, I hope I answered the question. I always get off. My mind is too effervescent. So maybe if you want, we can play one or two more songs. I don't know how you feel about that. Maybe Jorge Halion. It's actually the song I was teaching today in the evening, in the afternoon. Actually sang that for a while, so it's a little bit in my head now. It's actually really cool song. So Hurkon Hajon. This song we will start with the fa, which is ah wow, Matt. Do you remember a while back you made a song about wolves? Is that on any album I can buy? Actually, I have 11 pieces that are on the work, like wolf, bear, buck, fox, vulture. There is a river. There is a dance. There is and a few other which are a bit more different. But there is 11 pieces. Actually, I have them on my phone. I recorded the guide, I could say, on the phone. It's on Ikel, but I did not record them yet because I don't have a place to record yet. So I will maybe soon get into trying to record here. Hopefully made one or two tests to see how it goes, and if it goes well, then I will work on that to release this 11 piece on an album soon. I don't know if it will be this year, I don't think so, but that's something that will come and that is in the back of my head. So yeah, unfortunately there is no official release yet, but I might play it in a live in some times if people wants to hear. I need to practice it a little bit because I did not play the Ikel that much recently. I'm really focusing on the Urtindo a lot. So those are a little bit on the side for now. So yeah. So Hurkun Hajon. So we will start on the fa, which is the octave of the empty string. And when it's for a man, I think it start on the do. Let me think a little bit. Yeah, I think when it's a man, that thing it's gonna start on a do. So maybe we can play it on a on a fa, and then after try and to play it from the do position. I don't think I played that on the do position that much, so it might. I think it's gonna break the melody if we start from a do. Let's see. Okay, so Khorkhon Hajyon from the fa position. So basically suitable for woman that has a little bit lower voice. That's one stanza, so two times the melody. Also very nice song. So we can try to play it from the do position, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna break. So basically, what I mean when I say it's gonna break, it means that actually it's gonna be lower than the empty string, so we will need to play the lower note on the higher octave basically. So let's try it. I'm not sure I ever played it. Yeah, I might have played it, so I might make the conversion on the spot, so I might miss a little bit, so it's a little bit of an experiment. So from the top position. This breaking here. Okay, that went actually okay. So definitely, as I sing the song in my head, I think it helps a lot with the conversion, because a song that I cannot sing in my head, I cannot convert it directly like that. That would be definitely messy, and I would miss a lot. Or I got lucky. So yeah. So but yeah, it's actually breaking there, so I don't like that it's breaking. I really like, hey, good help, Yalsun Seno, how are you? Thanks for joining. Actually, it's kind of getting in the ending of the live. Unfortunately, it's been an hour, a little bit more than an hour, so maybe a last song or something, and then might be it for today. Or maybe two songs. Let's see. So that was Jorge. Let's see what other song maybe. Maybe we can go with Idir Cincin. Yeah, Idir Cincin actually I did not play in a while, so also a nice way to kind of remember the melody. So Idir Cincin. It's gonna start with the fa, just like we had with Jorge. It's actually, it can work with a man that has a very high voice, but that might be a little bit more suitable for a woman. If it's a guy, I think the starting point is the C bemol, if I remember correctly. So yeah, so Ider Cincin. Nice way for me also to remember these songs, because they're not always the same. That's one melody. So yeah, 이들진신. So I guess that you can actually see the contrast between the previous song, Hurkon, which I really sing in my head, and this one, which I'm not singing. So definitely you can, I guess you can feel that here I think about the melody, but the previous one I feel the melody. So this one is not as smooth, in my opinion, is not as clean and everything. Still the melody is there, still we can recognize the song, I guess, but it's not really flowing as well. And when I play, I'm not really that into it, because my brain is getting there. Like, yeah, after that it needs to drop, and then it needs that and all that. So definitely, that's also an exercise for me to play the song I can sing and the one I can't, to really see how it's going, and the feeling about that. So really singing is so important. So yeah, we want more, Adza. Oh, that's great. I'm glad if you enjoy the urtendo on the Morin Khuur. I know it's very different from what is being spread a lot, like the maktal, the very rhythmic things and everything. So I'm really happy if people enjoy that. So yeah, the necklace is really nice. That's my little deer. So I really like it. Kyun, hey man, I'm doing great. So the live is pretty cool. I'm very happy with it. People are joining and exchanging a little bit, so that's really makes me very glad. So let's see, one more, maybe two more, maybe. I want to play Saroltal version from Zahra Emak, which I learned from a woman called Biam Norog. She was actually playing, singing in this room quite often. She kind of take a break for a while, but for like 2 months or something, she almost came like 3 times a week. So I learned that version of Saroltal from her. So Biam Norog, Khairteshu. So Saroltal. And also I need to refresh it a little bit. So. that's actually very short. It's actually one melody per line, so four melodies for one stanza. But it's, I don't know, there is something in that melody which is very, very, I don't know, soulful in a way, and I love that part. Like, I mean, that's so awesome. And in her voice, there is also this like this tzartlach like that. I really try to play it on the motherhood, just the way she sing that part, because I really love it. And at the end, there is like there is some interjection that she say, and she has this, like, I don't know, this countryside way to say it. It's, I don't know, it's so awesome. I might like release a recording of her. We need to record a video with her, because this is so awesome. Really needs to be shared. So I just wanted to share that because I really like this melody and I wanted to refresh it in my memory as well. So Kyun, would you be able to play Jingin Tsuba if you heard of it? Ah, yeah, I heard of it. Actually, it's a modern Jingin Tsuba is a modern composition which is actually using a few part of various tatlak, I think. I mean, I could play it if I would study it a little bit, but I'm not really playing that piece. I never played it actually. I listened to it a few times, but yeah, I could play it a bit if I would practice. Um, but it might be easier to learn it with the score, I think. But yeah, it's a pretty nice piece actually. I think. Wait. I think it's actually coming. There is one part that is coming from a piece that is called Shoftrach. But some people says that this piece called Shoftrach is not Shoftrach, so I don't know. But yeah, Jingin Tsowa, I have some piece in my head, but I don't know the full piece. I would need to study it to play it. I could not go directly like that. I might have one or two little part of it, but yeah, I don't even know how it start. How does it start again? I don't remember. I always listen to Urtindo, so yeah. Sorry about that. For those modern stuff, other motherhorch would be more suitable, because I really don't play these, unfortunately. So, or fortunately, I don't know. Depends on how you see things. Okay, so let's see. I kind of wanna play Airborne Hartzach, but there is some part I'm not sure I will remember. So maybe not. Oh, let's play Attends Leonor, because I really love that. Do you know anything about Tumenak Niturgung? Because I could not find the composer or group. Yeah, actually, Tumenakt Turgun was composed by Chibuzak, one of the best, if, well, not one of the best murderwatch ever. Definitely, when it comes to this kind of music, he's from Inner Mongolia. His name is Chibuzak. Now he's pretty old. I think he might have reached the 80 years old or something, but he's still playing like a young horse. Like, he's really awesome guy. I talked with him one or two times, and he's awesome. He really loves the murderhorde. He breathes the murderhorde. He sweat murderhorde. He's like, and his playing is, yeah, I mean, is really he's really, I think he's the best murderwatch ever. when it comes to this kind of music, like the modern Morin is really great. The feelings and everything. So he composed I'm not sure when he composed. Might be in the 70s or 90s or something like that. But yeah, he composed the Tumenak Tuurgung. I think it was for the ensemble that was in Inner Mongolia. I'm not totally sure, so I might be wrong. Chibotlak, that's for sure. But the period, the time he composed, I'm not 100% sure because I'm not really studying these kind of things. But you can look up Chibotlak, so CHI, then space BULAG. And if you write that, you will see a bunch of video and also a lot of version of the Tumenakten Turgung. So yeah, he's really great, and I think his son is also really good. I'm not sure of the name, so I don't want to say a bad word, the wrong name or something, so I will not say. But yeah, so Tumenakten Turgung is really awesome piece. Even though I don't like to play it, it's not my type of playing thing. I really love to listen to it because even though it is played on only one Marurul, it feels like a herd. It's crazy. It's really an awesome piece. When it's played like the Inner Mongolian style, oh my god, that's crazy awesome. That's like they're this like style they have, like the technicality and all the ornaments and everything, like it's yeah the Inner Mongol version is really really awesome. It comes from there, so they really have it. It's almost like, I think that it's almost like a, how we say, like a anthem, like a hymn or something in Inner Mongolia. For it's like the thing that they need to know, because so far each time I meet a guy or a girl actually that is playing a Murderur from Inner Mongolia, they all know the piece, and they all know how to play really well, really great, and super fast. It's like, oh gee, I cannot, I don't even see how the finger are moving like that. It's something else for me. It's another world, because see the Urtindo, it's very peaceful, slow, and then they're like I don't even know. It's like boom, 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 so fast. So it's really really great. So yeah, you can look it up. Chibot, like, is the guy who composed this piece. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely like it's I think it's the highest level. I don't think there is a harder piece on the Merhor. There might be piece like from Europe, like mixed or classical piece that are complicated because maybe that's transposition from violin or something. But when it's music of the Merhor, I think that it might be one of the most difficult piece to play on this instrument. So yeah, that's when it comes to technicality, definitely. So yeah, the live is has been for an hour and a half. I think he's, I don't know about his genealogy. I know that he's from Inner Mongol. So Inner Mongol is like a Mongol. But I don't know if he has a Chinese mother or father. That you would need to look it up. I'm not really sure about that. Sorry about that. Ah, yeah. Yeah, Shine is also pretty great. I actually took class with him for a year, and is also really really technical. I mean, I think that most of the recent movies in Mongolia, he played the soundtrack of many movies here, because he also has something when it comes to this kind of music. This he has this cinematic how I like to say Shine. He really has this cinematic movie style, movie soundtrack type of playing. It's also really really amazing. Yeah, Shine. Yeah, he's so good. Oh my god! Each time he plays like the melody of Altan, no, how is it? Rovin Damok. I think it's the legend of the Gobi or something like that. I think that's that the Araft melody is wow. And he actually played. There is one recording. I think it's on YouTube. He played the Merwin concert or something like that. It's like a half an hour piece, and oh my, it's also really, 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 really awesome. Awesome. I think the composer was like Ultibayer or Sharav. I'm not sure. I would need to check it out, but there is like this piece he played. I think it was in New York or something, and it's like Murderholding concert. Murderhold concert. Was it Sharav or was it Ultibayer? I'm not sure. Because there he played a lot of pieces of Ultibayer as well, which are also super awesome. But they are very classical, so it sounds very modern, very far away from the root Murderhood. But it's also like super technical and super interesting to see because the sound, the the nuance and everything he put in the playing are really breathtaking, I would say. So Shinseok is also really, really great player. There is, yeah, it's like I wish I could reach that level one day, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he's really great. Now I'm not sure I want to play anymore. Not today anymore. Okay, so maybe as a custom, we can finish with Asari Under, um, like the last piece of the live. Yeah, Asari Under is also, I think, one of my favorite piece ever on the motherboard. Mostly because the meaning is super deep. So I surrender. I will tune down a little bit for this one. Okay. Each time I play that song, I feel so quiet after. That's strange. So yeah, that was for today's live, and that was Asrin Under to finish the live. So that was a little bit longer than before, maybe a little bit more talk than the previous live. So I really hope that you enjoy this moment with me, with the Merhur, with the long song, sharing about the culture, sharing about the music. So I think that's it for today. So know that if you are interested in learning the motherhood, you can see there is like around 30 or 40 lesson for free on YouTube. Some are a little bit old, maybe 6 or 7 years old, so they might be a little bit simple, miss a bit of information and all that because I was just starting to share about the music and about the instrument back then. There is another free, I think 12 videos or something like that, uh, which is called Into the Murder, which give the essential, the basic of the murder to learn to play the instrument with a bit of history and symbolism and all that. So you might want to check that out as well. And if you are willing to pay a little bit of money, there is 100 videos on the website oraltech.com, which goes in depth in the technicality, in the playing style, and the maintenance and everything of the murder. It's much more, I would say, deep and developed on the website because I had like 6 years teaching experience, so a lot of feedback. So I basically gathered all those information and put it in the videos on the website. So it's paid, but the content is much more in detail, I would say. So there is 100 video. It's all about the technicality of the traditional playing, the folk playing of the instrument, I would say, mostly oriented for the urtindo, but there are few things also that are very interesting and important for playing the bilge and the tatlach. So that's on the website. On the website for free, I'm just doing a little advertising on the video now. On the website, in the heritage section, there are also some song and poems and texts that are translated and also written, converted into the Mongol Bichik, because I think it's also important to share about the Mongol Bichik. So the Mongol script, the vertical writing. So you can also see a few things like that on the website, and we try, I mean, I try, and with two other person, we try to share on a constant flow. So I said last time that this week there should be Sarortal on the website, but I had a little postponed because the person that was supposed to check the transcript was in the countryside. So actually I could not have her check the text. So normally I should be able to have the check this weekend. So it should be released this week, and might also have Hunimus also this week or the next one. So might have two posts in a week or something. So that's about the release and everything, the news. For the lesson of the Mongol script, we are also working on it, but sometimes we are also working on the long song, so it's also taking a little bit of time, but it's on the go. So I know I'm not good with knowing when things gonna release, because I always want to add more information, to be more thorough, to get deeper and give more accurate information. And sometimes things can come out and then, oh, we need to add this as well, and it change a little bit the things that we are doing. So but it's definitely coming soon. So that's about the news, the few information. So, well, feel free to leave a comment if you have suggestion for the live, if you have any question, if you and if you want to support overall the cultural intention and everything, you can also support by doing a subscription on the website, by making a donation, or eventually buying the course and everything. And feel free to share the video, feel free to share the live, to spread the information, to share the website so more people can read the poems and read the translation and see this culture, see the beautiful lyrics, understand the philosophy behind the lyrics and everything. I think it's important, not just the melody, but also the meaning behind the melody. That's important to be shared and to be known as well. So feel free to share that. And finally, you can join the Discord if you want to get in touch with me, or if you want to get in touch with the other, I think a little bit more than 500 members now on Discord that share about the Mongol culture and the world music culture. Actually, it's not just about Mongolia, it's about like every folk music and folk culture, kind of, even though it's a little bit focused on Mongol. But still open to every culture. So yeah, feel free to join the Discord so we can exchange and you can show us what you do or share culture and everything. Everyone is welcome. So yeah, I think that's it. So my cat just woke up now. So do you want to say hello? Yeah. See how cute she is. But she was sleeping a little bit and now she's waking up. So yeah, she's gonna jump everywhere very soon. So I've been lazy with the Discord. Sorry, I gotta go in there again now. Yeah, please join a little bit, even if it's just to say hello or share one link or two. It's always welcome. Actually, for the person that asked about Chibudak and Morin Khuur, Tumenak and Turgun, I think there are a few videos shared. And actually, very recently, I think a guy from Inner Mongolia shared a bunch of super interesting link about there was a few playlists. Unfortunately, it's written in Chinese, I think, so I cannot really read the lyrics and everything, but a lot of very nice melodies. So, and about my cat, well, first she was a little bit scared of the song of the Morin a little bit, but actually her mother was always sleeping in the room when she was pregnant, so she might have been listening the Merhur when she was in her belly. So now, well, she just like lay down there and listen to it, and actually yesterday she was on my desk when I was listening and practicing singing, and she fell asleep. So I think that's a pretty good sign. So yeah, she's getting used to the Merhur and to the singing, and she's my first spectator for my voice. So, and so far when I sing, she's not getting out of the room. So I guess that's kind of fine. So yeah, so I think that's it for today. Have a good week. I wish you all the best. Happy practice. Please play Urtindo on the Merhur. That's really awesome. Help the soul. So see you very soon. See you next week, next Saturday. So same time. And well, have a good week. Bye bye.